Good afternoon. Saturday afternoon here. Just a fairly casual stream as usual. Few updates. But before I get into the updates on the Pentium III builds, I was just going to have a wee play with this, and I'm also in the middle of installing drivers on my Windows 2000 build. This beastie here. Camera to behave. That'll go. This build here is this machine here. That is a P3BF Asus motherboard running the GeForce 2 MX card and a 650 megahertz Pentium III 100 megahertz front side bus, 256 megabytes of RAM, Sound Blaster Live, and got a Intel Pro /1000 NIC in it. So I'm just installing the drivers for that one, and then I'll be turning my attention to this beastie here, which I've got there's a potential problem with this machine here, but we'll look at that later. So I've just transferred the driver there to USB stick. VGA. I like how Windows 2000 doesn't do that stupid bloody thing that 98, 95 and ME does, where it constantly searches the A drive. You've got no disk in the drive, just, you know, rattles away. I did just install the Intel network card drivers there, and it did say that it was for 9X build, or they were 9X drivers, but the CD download, you know, the download description was that it had 2K drivers on it. So I found it there. It seemed to complete all right. I haven't rebooted the system at this stage. Do that in a second. Sacrilege, isn't it? Commodore 64. We're supposed to be working on the PCs here. Okay. Hopefully that nick IP. Okay, there. Yeah, just the Sound Blaster Live. I need to get running there as well. Windows 2000 drivers for that. Well, we should have networking here. In fact, this valid in Windows 2000? Yes, it is. Okay, sweet. Okay, the plan is to actually use this computer as a network server for the retro computers. It'll be reasonably temporary. G'day, Neo. How you doing? Good to see you. Pentium III shenanigans here at the moment. I'll give you a rundown on what's been happening in the last week with these Pentium 3s. But I just want to get this driver on here. Oh, yep. Well, that's good. Yep, I'm very good, thanks. Yep, very good. Having a quiet afternoon, messing around with the Pentium 3s, can't go wrong. And I've got a few little projects. The reason I haven't been streaming the last week or so is because I was struggling with a motherboard, and it would have made quite boring content watching me battle with this machine, with this motherboard. I might actually put it on the bench and show you what it's doing. It's the Soyo board, and it's the board that I got from Kasi. I'm not 100% convinced it's there's potential two things that are going through my mind. One is maybe it needs recapping. Garble? Is it struggling with garble? Is the audio okay? I'm not quite sure what you mean about the garble. Maybe it's bandwidth issue, is it? Possibly. The Soyo board that I got from Carcinomi. Oh, yeah. The weather's just cleared up here, actually. It was pretty dire yesterday. So, yep, something weird going on with that board. And I suspect there's two things going through my mind. One is bad caps. The other one is potentially maybe even like a dodgy AGP slot. The reason I say that is because it seems to be flaky. Like it was running fine. Like I installed ME on it and I installed Windows 2000 on it with just the bog standard. I think it was the SIS AGP card. I had that crappy SIS. I've got a couple of those, and that went fine. Although it was a little bit flaky. I think depending on you could pull the card, put it back in, it might not boot. You could pull the card, put it back in, would boot. You'd get weird stuff going on. I installed DirectX on it and I got blue screen. That was an ME. And then it wouldn't run the 3D Mark 99. It refused to run it, came up with a weird error saying that I don't have a 3D capable graphics card installed, even after putting the GeForce 2 MX, which is the one that you're looking at right here on screen, and also tried the FX 5200. Don't know. I mentioned it to him, and he mentioned that it might have dodgy caps. He wasn't too sure, but I need to do a little bit more troubleshooting. So yeah, that's and honestly, because ME would lock up and crash. I thought that it was just the fact that I'd had a few conflicting video card drivers, things like that, and I ended up reinstalling ME three times, and that's not a quick procedure. I've actually worked through going through imaging the partition and whatnot to make it a bit quicker. If I need to restore it, I can quickly do so. But yeah, it got to the point where I'll show you it's actually in this machine here. Sorry about that flickering. This machine here is my big, well, it's a mid-tower case, right? And I thought, oh, I'll put the new board in that because it's going to support the gigahertz Pentium III that I got from Evil C. And I thought, first of all, I'll just try it with a CPU I know works, and I just had all these troubles. So I went to the trouble of bloody installing it into this case here. It's not bad. It's not a big deal. It's like six screws, and pull those cables out. It's no biggie. Power cable, couple of IDE cables, floppy cable, ATX power. It's no biggie. But in the end, I just got to the point where I felt that the board was faulty somehow. I tried all sorts. I just didn't want to sort of leave any stone unturned. I checked that it's got the latest BIOS on it. I did a BIOS reset. Clean the slots, clean the card edge connectors, the AGP, the CPU. I tried heaps of stuff, different RAM, to no avail. But I'll whack it on the bench later. We'll have a look. I'll show you what it's doing. This is an Asus P3B, F P3B. So BX chipset. At the moment, it's running 650 megahertz Pentium 3, 100 megahertz front side bus. It is nice and stable. one-off install of ME, no problem whatsoever. I've put 2000 on it. Happy as Larry. The BIOS is not late enough at this stage to accept the Coppermine CPUs, so that's a project for later on. Whether I do that tonight or tomorrow, I don't know, but yeah, so I was just sort of working through getting 2000 installed, getting the drivers installed, things like that, making sure that's all working. And then I will set that up as a server. So just so that I can quickly get files to and from these machines. The problem I've got at the moment, and it's no huge deal, is I'm using USB, just a USB stick. It's a little bit inconvenient. If I can set up a system here, you know, a little bit like what Carsonomi's doing, except without the NAS. He's got a NAS set up, which, you know, is just so nice. Once you get your network card set up, you can just map to a drive and copy all the stuff that you need, nice and easy. That's what I want to achieve. In the meantime, with this machine here, this will be my little server. I'll set up some shares in Windows 2000, and I'll probably set up the same shares in ME, so it doesn't really matter what operating system I'm in. I'll be able to connect to that machine there. Down here I've got that's the Pentium III 850. Yes, yeah, definitely. I don't have a NAS, so it's going to be that Pentium III in the meantime. So yeah, if I can find an old NAS somewhere, I'll probably look at that. That black machine, so I think I've shown that before on the stream, that's the DFI motherboard with an 850 megahertz Pentium III, 100 megahertz front side bus. That is currently my gaming machine. That's got the FX 5200, and I know that the FX 5200 is not period specific, you know, not period appropriate graphics card to be running on these Pentium 3s, but it allows me to play Need for Speed Hop Shoot 2, and that makes me happy. Speaking of which, so yeah, that's all set down there. I've got my, sorry about the flickery. I've got my KVM set up, just that box there. I've got a little workbench space set up here. I will, yeah, so that was going to be an option. While I was out walking, let me switch that over so you don't get that flickery. While I was out walking, I was thinking about, because my main PC, Windows 10, I wanted to sort of try and avoid connecting to that with SMB1. And I think, in fact, that SMB1, with the latest update for Windows 10, has been canned by the look of it, because I could connect to it earlier, but I think since recent Windows updates, I can no longer connect through the network to it. So I was out walking and I was thinking, yeah, maybe I could build like even a Raspberry Pi NAS of some sort. And so, and then I thought, well, just a quick, dirty solution at this stage is to just host it on a Windows 2000 machine, you know? It's nice and easy. It's there, it's running, it's set up. But yeah, I think a little Linux solution would be really good. Yeah. So that, the FreeNAS, that's, yeah, that will be something I'll look into. Yeah, that's right. I had a Raspberry Pi set up doing like a mirrored hard drive setup for a little server once, years ago. So that could be an option, something like that, or the free, as you say, the free NAS could be a good option. Yeah, so that's the plan of attack. All right, that's good. I just wanted to get the sound card drivers onto there. Sound Blaster Live. Wondering if there's a 2K driver for it. There's a DOS driver in Windows 98. It is a Sound Blaster 0060 Live. It supports 2000. Oh, it's a CD, so I might have to actually burn it to a disk, or just, I guess I can just mount it right on my modern PC. So I'm trying to get organized to the point where I've got everything that I need nice and easily accessible without having to dick around like I am now, you know, searching the internet for these drivers. I mean, probably always going to have to do that to a certain extent, but the commonly used ones anyway be quite handy. Right, that's 7 zipped. Let's just extract that. It's an ISO, so I should be able to just mount it here. And I won't. Windows 10 supports mounting an ISO, doesn't it? I thought I could mount an ISO on Windows 10 just by right-clicking it, choosing mount. There's a WinImage ISO. I do have WinImage installed here. Yeah, I just want to mount an ISO on bloody Windows 10. Thought it was as simple as right-click. Yeah. It is associated, so the type ISO is associated with WinImage. Double click it. And I get, how do you want to open this file? Image burn, which will just, you know, allow me to burn it to a disk. WinImage application file, let's see what WinImage does here. Well, WinImage does mount it. It's the setup folder. I'm wondering whether I might just burn it. It is mounting it, but I don't know where the drivers specifically for Windows 2000 are. NT4 DRV, WDM DRV, could be any of those, couldn't it? I wonder if I just grab, might just extract them out. Yeah, I wonder whether, I mean, it's just because it's associated with WinImage, which I have been using. So, I can't seem to extract it. I'm trying to extract a folder, extract, and I give it a browse and give it a location. It just don't do it. It don't do it. No. Extract with path name. That did it. And then I can just copy the drivers eventually. To USB. This is exactly what I want my network set up. I will check my DMs. Thanks. You mentioned something about you was offered to send me something, but I don't recall. Sorry, I might have missed it. NT4, see these WDM drive Win9X. let's just point it to it. That'll be work. I will ignore it. See if it likes any of these. See that one? Yep, maybe. Looks happy so far. Yeah. Promising, doesn't it? Now, switch number 2 should get sound on a reboot. Oh yeah. Some registry hacks, yeah. Shouldn't really have to. I mean, I guess if I uninstalled WinImage, it might, but that worked. I just had to tick a box basically that said, what was it? There were 3 options there. Basically, it was extract and keep existing folder format or something. Okay. Do we have any sound? Right, so this Windows 2000 build is pretty much where I want it to be as far as, you know, drivers and whatnot. I've got Millennium on there. I've also got a repository drive here. So this will be the drive that I share. Yeah. I should really copy that. This is the Pro 1000 drivers. I should grab as well. I don't need all these though. That XP one, probably grab that. NT4, why not? There, whack that into drivers here. So this drive here will end up being my repository for drivers, games, everything pretty much. Yep. Okay. Looking good. Let's set the sharing up. Just noticing there's a little bit of, you know, on the capture there, it's not quite 100%, hey? Just going to see if I can unfix that. running at, I think, 85. So this screen actually supports, oh no, we're not. Be at 1024 by 768. This screen supports 85 hertz, 1024 by 768. This lovely little ViewSonic E70FB crash find, 85 hertz. Thank you very much. Does that look any better? It's looking better, I think, hey? And that's matching the resolution on the actual capture there that I've got set up. I mean, it's not 100% perfect, is it? But I mean, yeah. 85's not bad though, eh? This ye old CRT 17-inch. She's a nice old beast. Flat screen. Pretty sure it's Trinitron tube. It's quite nice. Not bad for a scrap find, eh? Okie dokie. Yeah, I reckon. Seems to be running fine, although I did the old percussive maintenance on it. Yeah, that's the one. There's two screens now that were dead. Two screens that I've fixed by just one. I mean, one was a beige LCD, no, a beige CRT, and it was dead. You know, there was no on-screen display, no power light, no nothing. And because I had nothing to lose, I literally dropped it from like a foot onto the lawn, so it wasn't sort of high enough to crack any of the casing or anything like that, and it was onto a soft surface, and it works. I mean, obviously, potential there for bad solder joints or something, eh? But and this one here, I'm not 100% sure whether I did a proper test to see if it was working to start with. The LED, I noticed when there's power to the monitor, but it's turned off, the LED is very, very dim, and it looks like it's sort of sunken way back. And I suspect that might have been why I thought it wasn't working properly. And I did a little percussive maintenance, nothing like dropping it from a foot or anything like that. Just a bit of a dump on the desk with my hands under it to pad it a little bit. Whether it did any, it seems to be working perfectly, you know, no problem whatsoever. Haven't had any glitches, no nothing. So, yeah, pretty cool. Righto. So, I think I'll have a go at setting up the networking. So I've got this other computer here. Once it wakes up, this is my DFI, this is my 850. Be sure that'll have, or did I plug the network card in? Cable, that's the other thing. I don't have, what? I do not have the driver installed. Hey. Oh no, this doesn't have a card in it. That's why. Oh. Yep. So no, I won't bother setting up networking at the moment. That can just sit there. In the meantime. Okay. Next cab off the rank. The sun comes out. The lens flare there. Right, I'll show you this beastie. This one, last time I tested it, I found that it wouldn't pick up any hard drives. It's almost like the IDE controller's gone. Kafooey. Avian carrier. So I just need to get some hardware into this thing. Old Commodore 64. Right, one of the biggest pieces of crap graphics card you ever come across, but it's a good little test card. I won't be too hard on it. We need a slot CPU. Um, I've got a socket adapter as well, but just thinking about what I've got, which is a known good slot CPU. Focus. Oh, I'm zoomed in too far. Doesn't like to focus if I'm zoomed in too far. Then you got to get the light right. Yeah. What is it? 550, 100 meg frontside bus, 2 volt. Right, CPU, we've got 100 megahertz, everything off on switch 1. Hundred meg, switch 2. I don't think it's listed on the actual board. Switch 2. I have to look the manual up. P3 550. Yeah. Metallic name tag. What, dangling from the CPU? Might have just been the fan power, was it? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Don't know. Could be the microphone, is it? Right. Gonna have a look at this manual here. Okay, clock ratio. Switch 2. We want 5.5. Everything off except switch 4. Easy. And better get some RAM. We'll do it. 256. Bank 0. Microphone. Yeah, it is. I've got a few more known good parts too since the last time I tried to get this machine up and running. It would post, as I say, but wouldn't detect the drive. But could have been a faulty drive, possibly. Oh, actually, that battery seems a bit loose, but should be okay. Voltage. Do I need to worry about voltages? Automatically set, isn't it? 2 volts. Yeah, it doesn't say anything in the manual about voltages. Switch 2, let's see what we get here. Yep. Bippity doo dah. I'm finding it quite handy to have a speaker for a little bit of feedback. Happy. If I pull the, I should really be, I should really take Mev's advice on this one and actually use a PCI graphics card instead of that AGP one. If all else fails, good idea to go PCI. But if I turn this on right, with no RAM, no graphics card, should get some beeping. Nothing. Not a happy camper. Nothing. Dave from Dick Smith. Right, different CPU. What's that one? Didn't hear a beat. No, nothing. This is confidential. These are the processors that Casanome sent me. Not 100% sure whether they're actually working. A little bit of green tinge on the legs, on the pins on that card edge connector on that one. What's this here we've got? Yeah, I couldn't tell you whether they were tested or not. I think, as far as I understand, they were as far as the Soyo is concerned, the board was pulled, just out of a stash in the garage. I don't know whether it was specifically tested as such. And I think the same goes for that, potentially that CPU, but not 100% sure. This one's a 600 Pentium III on a socket adapter. So that's 600, that'll be 100 meg front side bus jobby. Sometimes just, they just need a bit of a clean up and whatnot, but so let's have a look. Numbers, switch settings. Right, 100 meg, 6 times, on, everything on except 4, so just invert those. It's the 600. The pretty doodah. That CPU works, I know that for sure. Pretty sure I've had this board running. What have I? I didn't note what CPU I had it actually running with. That's not happy either. CPU's not too hot or anything silly like that. So JP10 on it is set to 300 megahertz. Sometimes I've found, see, I'm mounting this without proper, mounting brackets there. And I've found sometimes if you just, you hold your CPU, basically hold your tongue the right way, that turned on as soon as I hit the power switch on the power supply, which I don't think is a good thing. I just provide a little bit of stability there. No beeping, which is also a little bit disconcerting. Hey, yeah, that's a socket adapter. Sometimes it's, I've found this, it's just a matter of finding something, finding a CPU that works, to get a little bit of stability to the system and then start, swapping CPUs once you get a reasonably stable system. There is another one here. Now what's this? So that was a 600, right? This one was an 800, 133. I don't think that's an appropriate. Although this board, I think, does support 133. Front side bus, I think. Yes, it does. So, I don't know, maybe I should just give that a go. 133. Pin switch 3 on. This is an 800, did I say? Yeah, 800. Switch on. So the frequency is set correctly for this. I don't like the way it starts up when you apply power like that without hitting the switch. No, it's not caked in Alisphere. Not yet, anyway. She doesn't molt overly much, actually. I was quite surprised. The other thing is to reset the ResetY BIOS. It would be nice if this board works because it's a 133 frontside bus machine. Oh, you can't really see the you can't see the LED from that angle. Amber. The other thing to consider when I said that all the parts are known good, that power supply is not. I don't think I pulled that. Oh, hang on. No, I pulled that from this machine up here, which, yeah, Channel Lives. No, it is. It is a good one. Oh, right. What have we got here? Running out of options. So I could put a Celeron 600 here. It's a 66 megahertz job. Really wrong. 66. On, off, on. 6. 600 meg. Everything on except 4. Yep. Got a tick mark on this P3 800 here. So should be a good one. tested. Hello, Alice. Yeah, you try and fix it. You walk over it. You'll make it work. Magic touch. See? He has been razzing around outside like a mad thing most of the day. Even dragging mud all through the place. That's right, you stand on that SIS board. Hello, Smoogie. Hey? Yeah. She's getting quite smoogy now. Her tail's just full of all sorts of garden material. Yeah. Sometimes clingy. Especially when it's cold. That is a bent. That is a bent pin. No, she doesn't spend much time on the chair back, but yeah. She sits on my knee when she's cold. And there. It's looking all right. $66 by 600. 9 times. Do we have a 9? Yes, we do. Everything on. Sorry, 9 times. Everything off except switch 1. Everything off except switch 1. 9 times 66. 66, definitely 2 and 3 off on switch 1. Yep. Good. Celeron. Rightio. Let's go. Starting up by itself. Don't like it. Well, I'm almost leaning towards board no good, but I'm pretty sure I've had this machine post. The other thing is this RAM, actually. This RAM here might also be non-tested. I've got definitely RAM here I know is working. The old Dick Smith RAM. I don't like the way it starts up like that by itself. I mean, if I pull that RAM, it should beep like a bastard, right? Check the polarity on that speaker. Yeah, that's what's concerning me. Do I just try this, the power supply? I mean, I can't imagine it'll be that, but it is a grunty power supply. I have used it before, testing the Athlon, because it's got huge amounts of available to it. But that's just a sanity check here. Yeah, that's behaving the same. Starting straight away. It wasn't doing that before. I was actually having to use the old switcheroonie here. Starting to run out of options with this. Battery seems a little bit loose. It's going to bend that contact out there a little bit. Still seems... I don't know. That battery connector seems dodgy. Really flimsy. Now it's not even holding the bloody battery in. Got it. Ah, look, didn't start that time when I turned that. When I turned the power on. Still nothing. Not turning off either. Machine should turn off when I hold that switch. Short that switch. Something's changed though, as in it's not starting by itself. When I apply power to the power supply, holding the switch there. Then I'm sort of a bit flaky. Look to see if I've got any notes here on this computer. Wow, that's a bugger. I was kind of, because this is the only 133 board I've got to run those, to run the likes of that gigahertz CPU. It's a bit disappointing it's not working. Just the fact that it won't post, you know, and I can't just kill it, kill that. I have to hold it, and even if I hold it, it doesn't. Try the old BIOS reset. I'm assuming that's the BIOS reset jumper. Might not be. Sold the Book of Armaments. See if it's got some examples for some CPUs here. So we're running 9 times 66. Nine times 66. Celeron 600. No examples of that. Speaker connector, definitely got the speaker connector polarities correct. Reset switch. System after AC back. Open is soft off. Close is full on. System after AC back. J15. That's that one that I've been jumpering here. Power fan. System fan. Slightly different revision, maybe this manual. 6BXC. Yeah, that's the right one. Oh, here we go. CMOS. Ah, so there is no jumper. It's referring to a jumper down between the slot here. Clear CMOS. Different revision board, eh? There's a jumper up the back there, but I don't know about that being clear CMOS. What revision have I got? 1.7. Revision 1.7 of this board. There are no different revisions available. I grabbed the manual from the Gigabyte site. I wonder, actually, there's 3 versions. There's 2001, version 1001, version 1901, and I've got version 2001 here. I'm just going to try the different manual versions. See. Talking about Pentium II processors here. Pentium II, Celeron 233 to 633. There's no mention of 133 MHz bus in this manual. Revision 1.7. Quick reference for jumpers. Clear CMOS JP11. JP1. There is no JP11. Everything but. CPU speed. The manual. Oh, I tell you what. I wonder if maybe I just put a Pentium 2 in it. Because the manual is referring to Pentium 2s for version 1.7. And I wonder whether I need a BIOS update, right? That would explain it. Find a Pentium 2 CPU here. It's nearly beer o'clock, I think. Getting thirsty. Pentium 2s. What have we got? Slot. Pentium 2s. Pentium 2, here we go. We have a 350. A 350. Okay. U50. Bear with. Be right back. Hello. Yes, sorry about that. I wasn't having a shit. I was just getting my first beverage for the evening. Oh, man. Reading Carsonomi's message there. Oh, mate, you've just joined when I'm hoping I've bloody figured out what's going on here. Yeah. In a nutshell, this board here is the Gigabyte. It's the GA-6BXC. I've had it running before. But today I've decided to, there was a problem with the IDE controller, right? Possible IDE controller issue. Neo will vouch for me. I've put, 5 different CPUs in this bloody thing? And I've just come to the conclusion that the motherboard version, looking at the wrong manual version, there's no clear CMOS jumper. I was trying to troubleshoot this thing. And then so I got there's 3 different manuals, and the one that I've got now is the manual that referring to the version 1.7. There's no mention of Pentium 3s. So I've just whacked a Pentium 2 in here, hoping that that's all it is. It's just, it doesn't like the Pentium 3s. It needs a BIOS update or something. And maybe when I fired it up last time, I had a Pentium 2 in it. I don't know. We're just about to find out. So that's a 533 Pentium 3. Pentium 2. There is no listing for a 533. That's right, isn't it? Sorry, Pentium 350. Pentium 2. God, get tired. P350. P350. Right. Dip switch 2. Off, off, on, on. Dip switch 2. Off, off, on. Battery. That battery holder is dodgy as buggery. Yeah. Oh yeah, what's that? X is off. It's listed fairly clearly on the dip switch here. You probably can't quite see that there, but it says on up here. Yeah. And the manuals actually says off, off, on. It doesn't have crosses or zeros. So frequency ratio switch 2, external clock 66. And there's no bloody 66. Oh, where's that? Just here. 66. 66. On. One is on. Off, off, on. On, off, off, on. I've got that. Right. It's P2, yeah. I don't like the P3s, as I've come to the conclusion. We're about to find out. Unless there's something else wrong. Did you hear the beat? Okay, man. Oh, what with the the Pentium II? Yeah, I'm a lion, all right. Yeah, it's a brick. All I need. So I was all excited about this board because it supports. Well, not sure if this version does, but this model supports 133. Yeah. Okay. Now, all right. So we're going to run with the Pentium II. In the meantime, next question is there a BIOS available for this to allow me to get the, let's have a look at the retro web here. I'm liking this retro web. It's pretty bloody good. BIOS. Well, there's lots of BIOSes. Which one do I have? Let's have a look. It's Gigabyte GA-6BXC. Oh my god. How many CPUs do you reckon it was, Neo? I made an assumption. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just looking at the BIOS. Hey, do you reckon like A flash will work? You know, is it A flash? That's the Asus one, or is there a specific gigabyte? Bloody. Well, before I go doing anything, I want to make sure this IDE controller is working on board because yeah, Uniflash. Okay, let's take a note of that Uniflash. Bit heathenistic though, isn't it? PC stream, and I've got my Commodore shirt on. It doesn't matter. Hey, next week I might be farting around with C64s. Who knows? If you actually AliExpress, the cheap. That's where I got this one and that Amiga one. It's like an Amiga jacket zip up hoodie. AliExpress, pretty cheap. No, they don't come heated. Self-heating, powered by food, pies, sausage rolls, coffee, and beer, pretty much. Fish and chips last night. Oh, I don't know. Don't know about that. Could modify one for you. Just like undo the seams. Oh, undo these seams here, and just add some more bloody polar fleece in. No worries. Okay. Well, I want to see if this thing boots. And I'm pretty sure I've got a bootable hard drive here. Well, I mean, I'm going to know fairly quickly because I don't think it was being picked up in the BIOS. Try the hard drive. Pretty sure that was troublesome. This is an 80 gig, so it may not like it anyway. Tell you what, something that will work. Where did I put my pile of bloody hard drives? Starting to lose stuff now. Those hard drives. Oh, this is a 30 gig. This one should be good. Not sure how you get yours to put messages on the screen. Is that done through OBS or Streamlabs or something? Is it or? Yeah. No, not around any cable. Totally not. Okay, here we go. It didn't, yeah, okay. It didn't pick that drive up. It's spinning, isn't it? Oh, light, it's run out of battery. I have to show you what I've done. To show you. I'm wondering why the hard drive's not spinning up. It's because that cable belongs to a power supply that's over the back. It's not plugged in. Actually, I'm tempted to switch back to that power supply. Get rid of this because I don't think, have we got any? Oh yeah, it's all good. Black connectors. How has everyone's Saturday been anyway? Yeah, I was going to enter CMOS, but it helps if the drive's actually got power to it. Yeah, it feels like it's spinning now. Yeah, definitely help. Oh, pick it up. Yeah, it's very astute of you to notice that now. And I thought the same thing, but it's actually just the. I'll give you a close up in a sec. It's actually just where it comes over the little strain reliever plate that comes over has broken. So it's actually just let go of the strain relief and then it comes around and hooks in properly into the connector. So it looks dodgy, but it's not. Put it that way. It made me look. I was going to say it made me look twice. It made me look about 5 times to really check that. And every time I pick it up, I go, "Is this dodgy? This cable?" It's like, nah, it's all good. Without the strain relief there, it might let go at some stage, I guess. But so that's good. Spooning. So yeah, my hope is that this board, I can get the BIOS update done on it, and then I can chuck in the gigahertz P4. That I would be very pleased with. Yeah, fans just going flat stick. Right, floppy disk. Actually, a reboot. Get this in. Ruby. Your favorite card, Kasanomi. Everyone's favorite card. Beast. Performance defaults, yeah. '20th. Oh my God. Bill paying day. Yeah. Is that not a? Oh, yes. Okay. What is it? It's a 350, isn't it? Ah, yeah, 100 megahertz. What? Oh, thanks for that. Hundred CPU. So off, everything off. Okay. Thanks. I didn't even see that. I wasn't paying much attention, to be honest. Looks better, eh? Cheers. Floppy drive. Wait on. Oh, bugger, yeah. Floppy drives. Get back to front. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Floppy disk here somewhere. I'll whack the BIOS onto there. Oh, USB stick. I'll put the latest one on. Looks fine. It's not. I noticed the BIOSes for the Asus P3BF, the late ones for the 133 support, they're actually just beta. So yeah, not sure whether it would be such a good thing to use, but as long as I back it up and or have, the original available, it should be fine. I've got a programmer here. Oh yeah, it's got the AWD flash. Handy. Right, let's get this going. It's all good. Do I have that SIS driver on here? I do. Add remove programs. You can see I'm not used to this. What? Add remove programs to bloody format a system disk. What? Startup disk. You're shitting me. Ugh. Yeah. You can tell I've never used me before, haven't you? Me. Well, until all these things you got to remember. They deserve to be looked at, those icons. I can see I've got NVIDIA software. This is a build when I was dicking around with the Soho board. So it's got all sorts of drivers drawn all through it. Well, graphics card drivers. Can I do a command like, copy star.star to a : / and bloody DOS at all? Windows 10 allows you to do it, right? You can format a bloody disk in Windows 10 through the DOS command prompt. I've been having fun the last few nights. Lurking on your stream, Kelsey, and well, not last night because you weren't streaming, but Wednesday night I think it was. But also, yeah, just mucking around with these Pentium 3s, eh? This beastie up here, that's got the P3BF in it at the moment. That's running the 650 P3. I've got the black beastie on the floor, that's running the 850. So I did a lot of off-camera stuff, mucking around with the Soho board because it was giving me so much bloody jip. That would have been a boring stream, and I've got nowhere in the end. But speaking of which, I'm not 100% convinced that it's caps, Cassie. I don't know. I actually, what I might do is I might just pull one and run it over the cap tester just to see what state it's in. sort of wondering if it's the AGP slot. Looks a bit weak. You know, it feels a bit weak. You plug a card into it, doesn't feel like... Yeah, I'm wondering. Not as grippy. But I'm wondering whether it just, I mean, I've given it a spray clean, right? But, you know, those spray cleans are kind of, don't really do a hell of a lot. I mean, it's good for getting rid of surface stuff, I guess, and sort of lightly attached crud. But for a proper clean, yeah, I don't know. I was sort of wondering whether, if I find a scrap board one day, whether I just desolder the bloody AGP slot. You know, swap them over. Yeah, AGP. Oh, if I get time, it's time 5:30. If I get time, I'll spin that Soyo board up and show you what it's doing. Had me pulling my bloody hair out for a while. So it's just called, I'll write that down just in case, 6BXC.30. Do you want to save BIOS? Yes, I better save it. 6BXC.old will do. Oh, you should see it on the CRT. It's just vivid, beautiful, bright goodness. It's full. Okay. Okay. I could have wiped stuff. Yeah. Can I bypass it? No. What's it going to do? Error message. Disk full or file error. Yeah. Okay. Control C. No. Yeah, that's what I want to do, but I can't get out of this piece of crap. Yeah, I hope it's smart enough not to have. Fine, right? Yeah. G'day, Evil C. Yep. Pentium. I had to downgrade to the Pentium II. Don't tell anyone. BIOS is so old. Oh, I had to allow your junkies. He was auto mod. I'll get rid of that at some stage. Yeah, silly old me didn't realise that when I did fire test this board, that I fired it up with a Pentium II in it, but I didn't note that. I just noted that it works. And then today I'm just sort of in bloody autopilot mode, chucking in chucking in bloody Pentium 3s left, right, and centre, and wondering why it's not working. And then I thought, oh, finally found the correct manual for this revision, and it's just mentioning Pentium 2s. And I was like, oh, okay. So I chucked a Pentium 2 and away we go. And then, you know, we can see it's got a shitty old BIOS on it. That should be enough free space, eh? 300K. Yeah. What else can I get rid of? Sys drives. I mean, I don't need this. Sure, I've got enough room. Yeah. Don't need the cab, eh? Okay. It's funny, on the capture, it almost reminds me of like Spectrum. You know, it's got that look. Yeah. Yeah. Um, I would find, after using this, because I use this YouTubing, and after using it for so long, I find if I'm using a desktop mic or whatever, I'll head over there and I'll carry on talking, and no one can hear what I'm saying because I'm so used to having it here. It's so bloody handy. Okay, right, written okay, so and there's some no update. Okay, looks good, right? F1 reset. I take it that's reset the computer. Are you sure to program? Yeah. It's not Chinglish, is it? It'll be Taiwanese English, I'm assuming. Here we go. Please come back on. Yes. Is it the right version? 1999. Okay, you know what I'm going to do now? I'll wait for it to boot. What? Didn't I? That's the latest one on the retro web. Oh, bugger. Oh, where'd you find that? F4C. Oh, Jesus. Is it? Oh, wait on. Oh, shit. I see. Oh, that's a beta. Wait on. Yeah, F4C, do I really want to use the beta BIOS? Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, we'll go through that again, yeah. Jesus. At least we know it works, eh? Hang on a sec. Yeah. Isn't it funny what it picks up? I mean, bloody hell. E5 works. Nice. Okay. It's good. Oh, this is exciting. This is why I really like retro computing. I don't know. It's the little dopamine hits you get when you know something works well and comes together. Oh yeah. See you, Neo. Might catch you tomorrow, maybe. I'll probably be finished by the time you get back. Not sure. See how we go. Right. New file name is 6BXC dot F4C. The other dopamine hit I get is, with this hobby, is when I go to the garage, I'm looking for something specific and I open a box. And, like I was looking for some software today. I was looking for, I'm getting off on a tangent here. I was looking for, where is it? What's wrong with my camera? Hang on. Is it off? What's it doing? Oh, it's weird. Working now. I was looking for that. I thought I had the original, not the Essential Collections one. I thought I had the original. not in the big box or anything, but I was looking for that. And, you know, I opened the box up and I'm sorting through looking for period specific sort of stuff, you know, GTA 3, Command and Conquer, you know, that'll be neat. I've actually got Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. I own the bloody thing. Generals, Unreal Tournament, and there's more Generals. There's Railroad Tycoon 3, and some big box software, Office 97 Professional and things like that. That's the sort of thing when I go out and I look for stuff and I have a rummage around, that's what I really enjoy, that makes me happy. People say, you got too much crap. Well, that's why I have a lot of crap. It gives me joy. And then you get those people that say, oh, what it was some American chick that was like, and there was a name for it, where you just chuck everything out if you haven't used it in a year or something like that. And don't get me wrong, if you like that, fine. But as far as I'm concerned, for me, if I don't use something in a year and I chucked it out, I know that in 2 years' time, I would be extremely unhappy about it. It comes with the territory, I guess. I like to collect stuff. I like old stuff. One day I'll show you my HP calculator collection. That makes me happy. I could copy those files from my modern PC to my floppy drive, but I disconnected my floppy drive today, literally thinking, I won't be needing that. What do you know? Why is my drive not picking up? It Um, why is my USB drive not picking up any longer? That's not helpful. Oh. In that case, I'm going to have to hook up the USB floppy drive. I've literally pulled out of service today. Unreal. The only thing about the wireless microphones, Cassie, is you'd have to be aware of the battery life, because sometimes you stream for so long. But you'd probably be okay if you ran them on a battery bank. You know, like sometimes if this is not charged very well and I want to do YouTube video, I'll put my battery bank in my pocket and run a USB cable up to it, USB-C, and keep it charged that way. I've had trouble with, if I charge the, I'll catch you later, Evil C. Might not be streaming by the time you get back, but I'll probably stream again tomorrow, by the way. Let me just get rid of these old BIOSes here. I've found that if I charge the station, you know, like the receiver up on, sitting up here on this camera, if I charge that while I'm using it via USB that's hooked to my Windows 10 machine, I get a whole heap of background noise, like really bad. Seem to have started all of a sudden. I don't know whether it's a fault or what's going on there. But if I charge it independently of, you know, USB connected back, there must be some sort of grounding loop or something weird going on there. I hope I'm doing all this correctly, because I'm yakking while I'm doing it. Concentrating fully. Yeah, if I charge it with the USB, with the power bank, I don't get that feedback. It's kind of bizarre. It could be something to do with, I've got extra long cables heading over to this USB over here. Whereas if I had a nice short one directly to the PC, it probably wouldn't do it. Not 100% sure. But yeah, battery life is something you'd have to consider. It lasts quite a while though. I mean, I've done, 3-hour streams and probably get, did I delete files it needs? No. Sure. My zealous culling of files is frickin' held 3 too many files for it to boot now. Okay, it's better back up what's on there so I don't have to dig around. There. In the bin. Format. Can I do this? Format. Fan. Not a fan of that process. while it does that, see. That'll learn me for assuming that the latest BIOS is at the top of the list. I wanted the README text. I think that was one that it complained about not having. There was a cab, that cab, I think, can go. For these sys files. Okay. Did I copy? I didn't copy the files back, did I? Sorry, guys. Not sure why it's cut off there. Anyway, I don't think I need to save the BIOS. I mean, if I need to, I can just write it back onto the floppy. This program's file part number does not match with your system. I don't like the look of that. It's got to be right though, eh? Maybe it's just because it's the... I mean, I've got the... Yeah, wish me luck. I mean, I've got the little programmer. I don't really want to have to go through that, but wish me luck. Here we go. It warned me. Okay. One reset. Here we go. Moment of truth. Oh, yes. It looks good so far. Yep, 2002. All right. Oh, yeah. 133 megahertz front side bus. Here we come. So, let's make sure it boots there. Everything's happy. My socket adapter out. This is exciting. This one. No, not that one. Other one here somewhere. What's it doing? It's got a disk in A. Why? Oh, yeah. Okay. Other rocket adapter. Where's that? Oh, right here. Okay. Let's get a 800. Is it? $600. I'm going to start with the 800 and move up to the 1 gig. If I find that 800, maybe it's in that other. Or you look up here. Right, pulling the Celeron out of here. On. And here's the 800. Okay. That beastie going in. May need a bit of fan, but see how we go. 800s at 133. Yeah. Here comes Mr. Pentium II imposter. I really don't like these sockets, eh? Oh, those clips. Right. And we need to consult the book of armaments for some of these settings here. Bit switch settings. So we've got 133 front side bus. 133. Off, off, on, off. So switch 3 on. Three on. And that's 6.5 times, is it? 800. Yeah, 6 times. 6 times. On, off. So everything on except 4. Moment of truth. Got signal. Do we have any? No, we don't. Still not happy. Still not happy. I don't like it. Doesn't like it. $800. Not happy camper. Funny thing is, the green LED is on the screen. You know, normally it goes amber when you get a standby. Or are we back? Hang on. Let's make sure I'm not back on the wrong KVM switch. It wouldn't have switched over automatically, would it? It's funny. Green light's on the switch back to the other computer. Yep, that's all good. It's gone amber now. Plug this back in. Oh, the only other thing I can think of is the AGP, the AGP speed is too high. Oh. Yeah, but the bus speed is, yeah, I don't know, what did it say, 83 or something? I don't know. I'll try that VGA, PCI, sorry, VGA adapter. Yeah, there is. It's set to the default, which is 66 for the AGP. So at the moment, it's running at 89 megahertz for the AGP, but PCI ain't working either. This is exactly what I had before, you know, and if I hold the power switch down, zip, zippity doo dah, it won't turn off. Okay. I'm sure that 800 is working fine. Try a Celeron. Pentium III, hang on. This has got a tick on it. This one is tested. That's a 600 Pentium III. That will be 100 front side bus, won't it? Actually, this socket adapter, I'm not convinced. Oh, it should be okay. It's got a little broken tab thingy that holds the lever down. But the CPU cooler, I think, holds it. Whoa, what's that? I'll show you. You know this little latch here? It's broken. There's a little latch broken off there, which holds this lever down. And it's not, see, it's not there anymore, and it's the little levers popping up, and I wonder whether there's not enough mechanical force there. Okay, that's probably an idea. I'm not 100% convinced about this. I'm going to just grab that other socket adapter. I'll whack the 800 back in and set that jumper. I'll try this other socket adapter first, and then if it doesn't work, I'll change the jumper, and then we'll try a different CPU. Yep. Bippity doo dah. But I'm running on PCI, right? So does that... Let's try that jumper. Just as a matter of course, eh? Yeah. CPU 133 off, off, on, off, off. We've got the 800 in there. It should be 6 times on, off. Correct. So the jumpers are set correctly. The CMOS battery has popped out again. This little CR32 2032 holder is definitely no good, but I can't imagine that would upset things that much. I'm going to put the AGP card back in. Yeah, I've got to go soon. Some tea. Yeah. Celeron 533. Celeron 533. What will that? Look. Anyone know off the top of their head what a Celeron 533 should be running at? Is it a 66 meg Bobby? Six. 8 times 66. Oh, yep. Got something there. Celeron 533. Okay. More investigation required. That chip wouldn't run before the BIOS update. Okay. Well, I think that's progress. Not quite exactly where I want to be, but I didn't actually expect to get this far with this board. So just with that IDE controller, potential IDE controller issue, I'm not sure why it wouldn't detect last time I tried it. Anyway, I'll leave it at that in the meantime. Thank you very much, you guys, for watching and keeping me company. I'll see you later, Kasanomi. Pretty sure, I think you're doing the old long drive tonight, aren't you? That's always interesting. So I'll probably lurk there and carry on here with some experimentation to see, what's going on with this machine. So, and yeah, I'll probably stream tomorrow as well, probably in the afternoon at some stage. Okay, cheers, guys. Catch you later.